Good morning. We're going to talk a little bit today about what's going on in downtown Sarasota. When we look at the multiple listing service, we can see that there are quite a few active properties for sale. In fact, about 226 properties in the downtown Sarasota area. In addition, we see about 61 properties currently pending, waiting to close. And sold properties in the downtown Sarasota area top out a little over 75 properties sold since November 1st, 2013. So let's take a look at some market statistics and find out what's going on in downtown Sarasota. So over the last 3 months, we have seen about 115 new properties hit the market. Now, the downtown area mostly encompasses the zip code 34236. That zip code also spans over the bridge into St. Armand's and closer over to the water side. But we're going to focus in downtown and we're going to see what's happening. We're looking at the median home values, and in the Sarasota area, the median price is $166,360. But in this zip code, we are seeing the median jump to $484,000. The Florida median price is about $145,000. We're also seeing a change in the estimated home value. So over the past 3 months, what we notice is Sarasota change has been 11.7%, and in this downtown sector, we're at a change of about 7.1%. Also, the listing price, Sarasota listing price, the median listing price is around $199,000, and we see in the downtown area we're listing at about $419,900. And of course, when we see these higher prices, we see a longer time on the market. Sarasota is at 287 days on market. The downtown sector reports in at about 294 days on market, but that is actually down 21% over the last 3 months. That's a good sign. Properties are selling faster than they were just 3 months ago. So what does all this really mean in terms of the market in downtown Sarasota? Well, we're looking at median prices. We're seeing that the Sarasota area, Sarasota County, Florida, is a bit below what this downtown area values, where they land. We're also seeing that the pricing, this is the sales price versus sales volume. And we're seeing we're pushing through this ceiling here, this $450,000 ceiling. So we're starting to see those changes happen in the Sarasota market. In addition, what we're seeing is that the listing price has stabilized, over some time here. Now, even here in January 11, it began to stabilize before some of the other Florida markets stabilized. And we're seeing that the prices of homes sold in this downtown area is increasing in the higher markets. So over the past year or so, we're seeing an increase in what is selling, not just the properties being sold, but the value of what is selling. So we're seeing the higher end market starting to take off again. So over the past 6 months, we are seeing here in the luxury market, Sarasota, that's anything 500,000 and above, we're seeing the luxury market increase in sales. So it looks like about 98 properties in this area of downtown Sarasota sold in the past 6 months. And of those 98 properties, about 42% of them were 900,000 or above. So that's a big change in the market happening here. We're seeing these higher end properties become valuable again. Price per square foot of homes sold, we're seeing that probably The majority of those properties sold are in the 300,000 and above. There's about 113 properties in this value in the range of 300,000 and above. Of the 400 to 500,000, we see about 48% of that higher tier property. And look at these numbers, the $500 per square foot and above, 25 properties in that price point. So we are seeing a move towards the luxury market breaking back through in our area. So what types of homes are these folks buying? Well, we look at the size of home, and we've noticed this across the board, downtown Sarasota and throughout the different counties, that a lot of our buyers are not interested in the larger homes. The folks buying homes greater than 2,200 square feet, that's only 42 in the past 6 months. The rest of the properties, 2,000 square feet or below, that is around 170 properties. A larger trend of the market seems to be heading towards a little bit of downsizing. The other thing with this statistic is that downtown Sarasota, the properties, the condominiums that are downtown, some of them don't go up higher than the 2,500, 3,000 square foot properties. We're going to find smaller properties. So that skews this statistic just a little bit. But we are seeing a trend towards a little bit of downsizing. Of the age of the homes sold, some of these properties, the older homes that you might find out on the Keys, we are seeing that people down here less than 10 years, 10 to 20 years, that's about 92 properties that are the newer or new properties being sold. About 120 the balance from in this statistic from 20 years on. And we see that throughout the board as well in other areas, that people are leaning towards newer properties, and partly because we don't have the inventory in the resales to show them. So we end up tracking towards newer homes in order to find properties to sell to our clients. And again, looking at the number of bedrooms sold, this indicates the size of the property. Most of the folks are looking in this 2 to 3 bedroom range in the downtown area. We see very few outside of that range. So we're not looking for gigantic properties. A lot of these downtown buyers are looking for a property where they can walk to the restaurants, walk to the nightlife, and be close to the action, and are not concerned with the big size of the property. And we have a lot of folks that buy in downtown Sarasota that are here only certain parts of the year. And so that would tend towards a little bit smaller property. And in order to better service our market, we gather all kinds of information: people, population statistics, age range, housing with children, all the different information we would need to properly service our clients. We know who our market is when we are selling properties in the downtown sector. For more information on the downtown Sarasota, Florida market, and for all your real estate needs, contact Gina Ursini with Keller Williams at 941-812-4894, or visit us on the web at yoursarasotadreamhome.com.